It's June 2025, and I thought I should document sort of the current state of my workspace, office, studio, whatever. Um, I did a lot of tweaks at the beginning of the year, and it kind of feeling like maybe I'm going to do some tweaks again, but I wanted to kind of record where it is, what I think worked, what maybe didn't. And they'll do the basic layout here is just one wall of adjustable shelves with a bunch of bins all labeled and then color coded. A little bookshelf, a lounge chair that I then use with the computers pulled down in front. Some inspiration and LED matrix that's not currently running. On the computer wall, Raspberry Pi playing some ambient TV, like primitive technology right now. Speakers, and then one monitor that's always connected to the mini PC that's down below. And then this monitor goes, and a lot of the other things go through a dock that's now plugged into the mini PC. But I can also switch over to my laptop so that my laptop goes on this screen and goes through the Kinesis keyboard and a little trackball that I use. This monitor comes out some, and all the kind of cords are tucked away down below. And then over here, well, just a little box that's actually been really useful for putting the mouse on and random drinks and stuff. I think I'll maybe do more modular boxes in the future. And then this as a desk area, and especially with this overhead camera and some lights to set up to have a space where I can, and this is actually an app that I have that just records the camera and I can download stills from. Some other random bins and a charging station. So that's the basic layout. Here's a quick closer look at some of these elements. There's the bins, just labeled with tape and marker, and all on adjustable shelves. And then I did add this color coding that has a key up here, which I don't think I refer to the key that much, but maybe it does help me kind of keep similar items together. The big draw for those was the cords, like different USB types. That was probably even the most successful still, was being able to locate those in kind of these smaller size bins. But I really like the feeling of modularity and kind of low stakes. A lot of this is designed so I don't feel a lot of anxiety about changing stuff up or rearranging. Even though I don't necessarily do it that often, it takes the weight off that like initial step. And then down here, just a bookshelf to get some books out. I'd like to do some more experiments, kind of maybe physical books that combine with the camera to project some out onto the screens, or kind of ambiently record on a website what I'm reading or thinking about, but haven't delved too much into that. The computer wall, inspiration up top, some storage. The power strip. Power is such an interesting thing. I feel like I'm always running out of outlets, and then that kind of limits what I can do. I don't know, I made some strides on that, but having it exposed, and then sometimes you feel like the cords are too messy. I feel like that I'll continue to tweak. All these panels are on French cleats, so they're kind of removable, although once you get the monitor placed, you end up, they're not so removable, and maybe there's more to be done there. But yeah, I mentioned this one always goes to the mini PC that's down here. That's kind of the home server. It has like, you know, a media server on it. I'd like to do more with it. Maybe almost more smart home stuff. I'd kind of like to program a morning routine where it like plays a song and maybe opens up a free write program, but I haven't done that yet. It's funny, you can get so far with these things, and then there's these last little steps that really make a difference in whether you use it. But then this main monitor, widescreen monitor, is running through this dock cord that's all in this cord box. This has worked out pretty well to just jam stuff in and not worry about too much with the removable top. So maybe I'll do more stuff like that. But yeah, I can use that dock cord to then switch and plug into a laptop, and it then is nicely connected to the keyboard and the mouse. And yeah, since the part of this is that since I use the Kinesis keyboard on my lap all the time, didn't really need a big desktop table. So I went with this box, and then I had an office chair at first, but that felt kind of sad to have an office chair in this big space. So I did the lounge chair, and it doesn't always work, but there's definitely moments where I'm kind of like sat in the lounge chair and do find it feel very like cozy and kind of locked into what I'm doing, very immersed, flow state stuff. So that's nice. I'll probably keep looking for that. And then this is the table with, I do these kind of written pieces, not always at this table. Good thing about writing on paper, you can do it wherever, but I bring it in here. And then I have the overhead camera set up, plus this web app, and that makes it pretty seamless to then get up on my blog or something. And that's fun and interesting. And then I do have a monitor here that runs through the dock. It doesn't have anything on it, but it is actually on right now, and that's more of a ambition, or like putting that in place. So someday hopefully I'll be like, oh, I'd really like to do this with that, but I haven't done much yet. I also have like macro pads, and I always think I should do this overhead camera and then have this macro pad kind of running zoom and stuff and cropping, and that could be really fun workflow. It's not a touch screen, but if I actually do some of this stuff, I think I will think about making that a touch screen. And yeah, I'd really like to experiment with shifting between digital and physical there. It's just a charging station. And the overhead camera, like, definitely when I went to do this, like the flexibility of having these shelves that I'm not precious about, being able to cut them open and put this in was really nice. It is a real rat's nest up here. But I do like kind of, you know, maybe I'll put this all kind of in a box, like the cord box below for the computers, but I do access this more. So this is both like a very successful part and something I'm trying to figure out how to do something better, mainly that feels better, like, I guess aesthetically or cozy. This thing is connected to the adjustable strips through magnets. Oh, they're really strong magnets, I forget. There we go. And seems like there's something to do. Maybe more magnet back panels. Yeah, and here's a dog. The rest of this room is like our guest bedroom. It's a dresser, bookshelf, and so I try and like keep everything into this space, which is kind of a fun challenge on its own. But I think I'll probably try some new things, but there's a lot I've been happy with here and wanted to record it.